Walking along the central corridor of Excel, you still feel very much like you're in a giant convention centre, albeit one on turnaround for its next big event. But after a week of work by the Army, NHS and civilian contractors, once you get through the temporary doors, you can see the transformation taking shape.
Thank you very much.
Excel almost ready for a job never imagined in this place. Row after row of bed cubicles have been built. The beds are in place, and essential services too, from IT to life support. These cubicles are intended to deliver exactly the same care to critically ill patients as they would get in a permanent hospital.
So this is a traditional NHS intensive care bay. So we've got our clinical information system, which will give the nurses and doctors the latest blood results, the latest information from various clinical systems that we run here. This is the ventilator. So this is the key piece of equipment which actually will, via a tube in the patient's mouth, keep their lungs open and support their breathing. These machines are run by high flow oxygen and air. So this is connected to oxygen compressors and oxygen outside the facility. This is also very important. This is the emergency alarm. So if the nurse in here needs support, she can press the buzzer and an emergency team will come, just like any other NHS hospital.
Eamonn is here as a chief nurse already working in the NHS, but as an Army reservist, he's done the job at field hospitals in Iraq and Afghanistan. There are, though, still some big differences.
Nobody essentially has, the book for this hasn't been written. We are writing the book day by day, but what I will say is we've got the right team, we've got the right people, both NHS staff and military staff who bring lots of different experiences together. So it really is the dream team. It's been the dream team this week of NHS and military staff, so we're as ready as anybody could be.
While there will be military medical staff here, the Army's main job has been as the key part of the design and construction of this field hospital. That construction still happening both inside and outside, but the NHS expects this hospital to be running within days, all thanks to that military support.
Amazing. I mean, we couldn't have done it without them. They clearly have the expertise on how you do something at pace. I mean, how else could the NHS have built a hospital in 10 days?
The hope is this hospital just might not have to be used at all, that the spread of COVID-19 can be slowed enough to prevent its emergency capacity being required. But with UK hospitals sometimes seeing more than 1,000 new patients a day, this could become one of the world's largest hospitals. Colonel Ashley Boreham, who's run field hospitals around the world, is advising the NHS on how to make this one work.
So the largest hospital I've ever built was in Oman. That was 2 hospitals, a total of about 600 beds. But here it is on a completely different scale, but it's in one place. And it is a operating model that has few variants in it, with a type of patient group that allows us to design a really good hospital system. So there are positives that actually make this job in some ways easier. It's just a scale.
And scale is everything in the fight to prevent COVID-19 overwhelming the NHS. As the final clinical kit is put into the first 500 bed spaces, construction for up to 3,500 more beds is underway. This is the UK on a war footing against a virus. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.